The colony on Mars stood resilient against the harshness of the red planet. It was 2145, and humanity had carved out a new home in the unforgiving terrain. But today, an unexpected tremor shattered the calm, sending shockwaves through the settlement. Liam O'Connor, an Australian engineer known for his ingenuity, was in his workshop when the ground began to shake. The tools on his workbench clattered, and the walls creaked ominously. He rushed outside, heart pounding, to witness the devastation unfold. Buildings crumbled, and the colony's communication tower toppled like a felled tree. "Liam, we need a plan," shouted Dr. Sarah Blake, a geologist and Liam's close friend, her face etched with urgency. "Hovercrafts can't handle this terrain," Liam replied, his mind racing. "But Thunder can." Thunder was Liam's pride and joy, a colossal monster truck built for the toughest environments. With its massive wheels and reinforced chassis, it was designed to conquer Mars' rugged landscape. Liam's team, which included Sarah and Marcus Lee, a mechanical expert, had spent years perfecting it. As the tremor subsided, Liam quickly gathered his team. "We're taking Thunder," he announced. "It's our best shot at rescuing the colonists." The team sprang into action, loading essential supplies into Thunder. As they prepared, Federation officials approached, their skepticism evident. "You're seriously going to use that thing?" one officer scoffed. Liam's eyes narrowed. "Thunder can do what your hovercrafts can't. Trust us." Thunder roared to life, its engine a deep growl that reverberated through the air. The team set off, navigating the disaster zone with relative ease. The monster truck crushed obstacles under its massive wheels, plowing through debris and forging a path through the chaos. Ahead lay a deep canyon, formed by the earthquake. Hovercrafts hovered uselessly above, unable to cross. Liam's heart raced. This was the moment to prove Thunder's worth. "Hold on tight," Liam warned. With a surge of power, Thunder leapt forward, its massive tires gripping the rocky edges. The truck soared over the canyon, landing with a bone-jarring thud on the other side. "We made it," Sarah exclaimed, her relief palpable. But their journey was far from over. The landscape was littered with obstacles, and the team needed to stay vigilant. Thunder's advanced suspension system and robust build allowed them to navigate the treacherous terrain, but the road ahead was fraught with challenges. As they pressed on, Liam spotted a group of colonists trapped beneath a collapsed building. "Over there!" He pointed, steering Thunder toward the site. The team sprang into action, using Thunder's winch to lift debris and free the trapped colonists. One by one, they pulled people to safety, their gratitude evident in their tear-streaked faces. "Thank you," a woman sobbed, clutching Liam's hand. "We thought we were done for." Liam smiled reassuringly. "We're not leaving anyone behind." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a red glow over the landscape, Thunder continued its relentless march. The team's resolve was unwavering, fueled by the knowledge that their ingenuity and determination were making a difference. But just when they thought they had seen it all, an unexpected discovery awaited them. Beneath the surface, an underground river shimmered with potential, offering life-sustaining water, but also posing new dangers. "We need to assess this," Sarah said, her scientific curiosity piqued. "It could be crucial for the colony's survival." Liam nodded, his mind already working on a plan. The earthquake had changed everything, but it also revealed new opportunities. With Thunder leading the way, they had a fighting chance to not only survive but thrive. Discovery of the underground river was a game-changer for the Mars colony. It promised life-sustaining water, but also posed new dangers and complexities. As the initial shock of the earthquake faded, the team turned their focus to this newfound resource. Liam O'Connor, Dr. Sarah Blake, and Marcus Lee gathered at the cave entrance where the river had been revealed. The air was thick with dust, but the cool, damp breeze from the cave brought a hint of relief. Sarah examined the water samples, her scientific mind racing with possibilities. "It's clean," she announced, a note of triumph in her voice. "This could sustain the colony for years, but we need to secure a stable access point." Liam nodded, his mind already working on a plan. "We'll use Thunder's tools to excavate and reinforce the entrance. We need to be precise. One wrong move, and the whole thing could collapse." The team sprang into action. Marcus rigged up a support system using materials they had salvaged, enhancing it with Thunder's hydraulic systems. The process was painstakingly slow, but their determination was unyielding. Each hour brought them closer to securing the water source. As they worked, Liam couldn't help but reflect on the colonists they had rescued. Many were injured and in desperate need of medical attention. The pressure to expedite their efforts weighed heavily on his shoulders. "We need to move faster," Liam said, urgency threading his voice. "Marcus, can you reinforce the supports to speed things up without compromising safety?" Marcus adjusted his toolkit, his expression focused. "I'll do what I can. We need to be efficient but careful." While Marcus enhanced the support system, Sarah and Liam continued the excavation. The cave walls held firm, and the water flowed steadily, shimmering under the dim lights they had set up. It seemed their plan was working. Just as hope began to rise, the ground trembled again, a smaller aftershock, but enough to send rocks tumbling from above. Liam shouted a warning, and the team scrambled for cover. Thunder's reinforced body shielded them from the worst of the debris. "Everyone okay?" Liam called out, his voice echoing in the cave. "We're fine," Sarah replied, brushing dust from her hair. "But we need to be faster." Marcus's system proved effective, and they resumed their efforts with renewed vigor. By the end of the day, they had created a stable access point to the river. The water flowed freely, ready to be transported to the colony. "We did it," Marcus said, a grin spreading across his face. "Let's get this water back to the colony," Liam said. "They need it." As they loaded containers of water onto Thunder, a Federation officer approached, his demeanor more respectful than before. "I have to admit, I doubted you," the officer said, extending a hand to Liam. "But you've proven us wrong. Your team's ingenuity is remarkable." Liam shook the officer's hand. "We did what needed to be done. Now let's get this water to those who need it." Thunder roared to life once more, the team making their way back to the colony. The journey was smoother this time, the path already forged by their earlier efforts. The colonists greeted them with cheers and tears of gratitude. "You've saved us," an elderly man said, his voice trembling. "We owe you everything." Liam felt a surge of pride and humility. "We're just getting started. There's more work to be done." As the water was distributed and the colonists' immediate needs were met, the team took a moment to rest. They knew their mission was far from over, but for now, they had made a significant impact. Liam looked at his team, their faces etched with exhaustion, but also determination. "We've shown what we can do. Now, we need to ensure the colony's long-term survival." Sarah nodded, her scientific curiosity still piqued. "The river is just the beginning. We need to stabilize the colony and prepare for any future challenges." The underground river had given the colony a lifeline, but the real work was just beginning. The Galactic Federation, now fully invested in the colony's success, decided to provide additional resources. However, these came with stringent conditions. Liam O'Connor, Dr. Sarah Blake, and Marcus Lee gathered in the main conference room. The atmosphere was charged with tension and anticipation. Federation officials, led by Commander Rain, were present, their expressions stern. "We've decided to allocate more resources to the colony," Commander Rain announced, his voice authoritative. "But we need to ensure these resources are used efficiently." Liam leaned forward, his mind racing with possibilities. "We appreciate the support." "What's the plan?" Rain's eyes narrowed. "We need to construct new infrastructure capable of withstanding future earthquakes. This includes reinforced buildings, a new communication tower, and advanced medical facilities." Marcus exchanged a glance with Sarah, concern evident in their eyes. "That's a monumental task. How much time do we have?" Marcus asked. "As little as possible," Rain replied bluntly. "We need to secure the colony before the next potential disaster." The enormity of the task was daunting, but Liam's resolve was unshakable. "We can do this. Thunder has proven its worth, and we'll use it to help rebuild." The team immediately set to work, coordinating with Federation engineers. Thunder became the heart of the operation, transporting heavy materials and clearing debris with ease. The once chaotic colony began to transform, new buildings rising from the rubble. Despite the progress, Tensions simmered beneath the surface. The Federation's strict oversight often clashed with the team's hands-on approach. Frustrations boiled over one afternoon when a Federation engineer challenged Liam's methods. "You're taking unnecessary risks," the engineer argued. "We should follow standard protocols." Liam's patience wore thin. Standard protocols didn't work when the earthquake hit. "We're doing what needs to be done to keep people safe." The argument escalated until Commander Rain intervened. "Both of you, enough. We need to work together, not against each other." The tension eased, but the underlying friction remained. Liam knew they had to prove their methods were effective. He gathered his team for a strategy session. "We need to demonstrate the efficiency of our approach," Liam said. "Let's focus on finishing the medical facility. If we can get it operational ahead of schedule, it'll show the Federation we know what we're doing." The team redoubled their efforts, working long hours to complete the medical facility. Thunder was indispensable, transporting medical equipment and supplies. As the days passed, the building took shape, its modern design a beacon of hope and resilience. Finally, the day arrived when the medical facility was ready to open. The Federation officials toured the building, their skepticism gradually turning to admiration. "You've done it," Rainey said, shaking Liam's hand. "This facility will save countless lives." Liam smiled, a mixture of relief and pride washing over him. It was a team effort. "We're committed to this colony's future." The success of the medical facility eased tensions between the team and the Federation. With newfound respect and cooperation, they continued their efforts to rebuild the colony. The communication tower was fully operational, restoring vital links to Earth and other colonies. But just as they began to breathe a sigh of relief, a new challenge emerged. The underground river, while a blessing, posed a risk of flooding. Sarah, ever the problem solver, proposed a solution. "We need to construct a series of channels to control the water flow," she explained. "It'll prevent flooding and ensure a steady water supply." The plan was ambitious, but the team was up for the challenge. Using Thunder's capabilities, they began excavating the channels, carefully directing the water to designated reservoirs. The project tested their skills and patience, but their hard work paid off. The channels worked perfectly, providing a sustainable water source without the risk of flooding. Commander Rain visited the site, clearly impressed by their ingenuity. "You've turned this disaster into an opportunity. The Federation is grateful for your efforts." Liam felt a surge of pride. "We did what we had to. This colony is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to protect it." As the colony stabilized, the team took a moment to reflect on their journey. They had faced immense challenges, but their resilience and resourcefulness had seen them through. Thunder, once doubted, had become the symbol of their determination. With the colony stabilizing and the new infrastructure in place, a semblance of normalcy returned. However, an unexpected transmission shattered the relative calm. It came from another human settlement on Mars, previously thought lost to severe sandstorms and isolation. "Liam, you need to hear this," Sarah called, urgency threading her voice. Liam rushed to the communications center. On the screen was the weary but determined face of Dr. Elena Morozov, the leader of the isolated settlement. "We've been cut off for months," Elena explained, her voice crackling through the static. "Our supplies are dwindling, and we need help. We heard about your monster truck. Can it reach us?" Liam's eyes widened. "We'll do everything we can to get to you. Send us your coordinates." Elena's settlement was located in a region notorious for its unpredictable sandstorms and treacherous dunes terrain that even Thunder had not yet tackled. But the team knew they couldn't ignore the plea for help. "We need to prepare for the worst," Liam said, determination etched in his face. "Thunder's capabilities will be tested to their limits." The team loaded Thunder with additional supplies, reinforcing its armor and enhancing its navigation systems to withstand the harsh conditions. With the coordinates locked in, they set off towards the unknown. The journey was perilous from the start. Thunder battled against fierce sandstorms that lashed at its frame, reducing visibility to near zero. The truck's advanced sensors guided them through the swirling sands, but progress was slow. "We're losing time," Marcus said, frustration evident in his voice. "If the storm gets worse, we might not make it." Liam's jaw tightened. We don't have a choice. We pushed through. As they advanced, the sandstorm subsided, revealing vast dunes that stretched out like a sea of gold. Thunder's massive tires churned through the sand, climbing and descending the dunes with a steady determination. Just when they thought they had seen the worst, a massive dun loomed ahead, higher and steeper than any they had encountered. Liam's heart pounded as he revved Thunder's engine. "Hold on!" he shouted, driving Thunder up the dune with all the power it could muster. The truck clawed its way to the top, the engine roaring in defiance of the odds. They crested the dune and saw the settlement in the distance, a cluster of makeshift shelters battered by the elements. The sight spurred them on, and they raced towards it, ignoring the fatigue that weighed on their bodies. Reaching the settlement, they were met with cheers and tears of relief. Dr. Elena Morozov embraced Liam, gratitude shining in her eyes. "You made it," she said, her voice choked with emotion. "I didn't think anyone could." Liam smiled. "We promised we'd get here. Let's get you and your people to safety." The team worked tirelessly, loading the stranded colonists onto Thunder and distributing supplies. Despite the harsh conditions, they managed to transport everyone safely back to the main colony. As they arrived, the reunited colonists shared stories of survival and resilience. The once separate settlements began to merge, forming a stronger, united community. Commander Rain addressed the gathered colonists, his voice filled with pride. "Today, we witnessed the power of human spirit and ingenuity. We faced impossible odds and emerged victorious. This is the beginning of a new chapter for our colony." Liam and his team stood together, their bond strengthened by the challenges they had overcome. Thunder, the monster truck that had been doubted and dismissed, had proven to be the colony's greatest asset. Sarah approached Liam, her eyes reflecting the hope and determination that fueled them all. "We've done the impossible, Liam. But there's still so much more to do." Liam nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "We've shown what we can achieve when we work together. Whatever comes next, we'll face it head-on." Just as they began to relax, a message flashed on their screens, a warning of an approaching megastorm, larger than any they had seen before. The colony braced for impact, their newfound unity and Thunder's resilience their best hope for survival.